What's up, guys? Shawn Mayo here, and today I wanted to talk to you about forming an LLC. So we get a lot of questions about LLCs, which is a limited liability company, which when you're doing business, you should always have some kind of a company, and you need to talk to your tax professionals to decide what kind that may be, but for our business, we use an LLC. And this is useful for two things. And the first is it offers your business and yourself protection against product issues, or if you're going to be sued, they can really only sue the company. So if you sell something, if you sell food and somebody gets sick or dies, or selling toys and somebody gets chokes on, a toy, if you're selling, outdoor products, a chair, and somebody falls and gets hurt, it's a company that's going to be liable, and you can lose, your company assets, but you wouldn't be able to lose or be sued for your personal assets. The second thing that, and the maybe more important in the short term, is if you want to do wholesale, you're going to need to have, some kind of a company. You need a sales tax ID, and you really need to form some kind of a company to get your sales tax ID and your FEIN. So if you want to do wholesale, absolutely every company in the United States, at least, is going to want and it's called different things in different states, but your permit to collect sales tax, whatever it may be in your state. So we'll go over that in a different video, but in this video, I'm going to show you how to create an LLC and how easy it is, and that you don't need to hire one of those companies like LegalZoom or any of the other probably hundreds of companies out there that do that. They're going to have you fill out a form, and they're going to copy and paste all that into the form to create an LLC for your state. So you're paying the state fees, and on top of that, you're going to have to pay all the fees to LegalZoom or whatever company it is. So there's a great tool out there, and I'm going to show you what that is. It's a website called Nolo, and we'll put the link in the description. But Nolo has a guide to forming an LLC in all 50 states. It makes it super simple. So you can just select whatever state you're in. I'm in Florida, so I'm going to show you the one for Florida, but they're all pretty similar. Florida charges $125 a year to form an LLC, and then you basically just have to, update that every year, basically saying all the information is correct, and paying your fee every year. Every state is a little bit different, so this is a good guide to help you out. So for the state of Florida, obviously you need to choose a name, appoint a registered agent, file articles of organization, and prepare an operating agreement. It sounds complicated, but you're basically filling out a form with your contact information. If you're going to have a separate manager or other people who can control the LLC, you'll put that in the form as well. And it's all very simple. So choosing your fictitious name, that's going to take the longest time to get it back. So an LLC isn't something that's done instantly. So when you fill out the form, it's basically going to, and apply and pay them. It usually takes about 24 to 48 hours, business hours, to do that. And they're basically running a check to make sure nobody else has already used that form. Appointing a registered agent is just, if it's you, it's just you're going to be the registered agent. If you have a partner, you'll still probably have one registered agent, but under articles of organization, you're going to fill out all of that other information. So when they say articles of organization, it's basically this: just street and mailing address of the principal office. If you're working out of your home, that'll be your home address, name, address, and signature of the registered agent, of managers, and so on. So it's, you know, it's super simple. Like I said, it's $125 for the state of Florida, and depending on what state you're in, it could be more or less. So the articles can be filed online, so you would just click this link, and it's going to take us right to SunBiz. So sunbiz.org is where you register basically everything for the state of Florida. If you've already done it before, you can correct, if there's any errors, you can correct it right here. You'll have the tracking number and PIN when you create your articles of organization. Basically, we're just going to hit start new filing, click that you've read the information, and this one page is basically all the information you need. So if you have an effective date, you can enter the effective date, you know, if it was last month or if it's going to be next month or whatever it is. It's fine. If you want a certificate of status, which means do you want them to mail you the certificate that, you know, of your LLC. It's an extra $5 if you wanted a certified copy. So if you want them to mail it certified, that's an extra $30. You're going to enter your company name in this line. Are the Shawn Mayo Masterminds? You're going to put your address. My mailing address is everywhere all over the internet, so I'm not too worried about that. For the principal place of business, our mailing address is, if it's going to be different, so if you have a P.O. box or some kind of other address, the first one has to be a physical address. You can't use a P.O. box. So if you want it to be the same, you can just click here. If not, you can fill that information there. The name and address of registered agent, this is usually going to be you. You are the primary agent that's going to be in charge of the LLC. Again, address for this would be your personal address. So they want your address in this in these boxes. So you're going to have the physical location, then you're going to have a mailing address, which could be the same, and then you're going to have the address of the registered agent, which if it's you, it could be all three of those could be exactly the same. And then signature, you can just type your signature there. Anything else you want to put in here, provisions, like it says, purposes or statements that would be registered on the LLC. This is a notice of the annual report, so you have to file every year. It's $138.75. That's for, you know, the remaining years. And they do charge a late fee of $400. So, you know, but you'll get a couple emails. So, and it's at the same time every year. So you shouldn't have a problem keeping up with that. Correspondence name and email address. So this is so they can notify you that you need to fill that information out. And then again, another electronic signature. And then these are additional, persons that are authorized to manage the LLC. So whatever you're going to be, whatever you're going to want them to be. So manager, assistant manager. You would fill that in here for as many as you need. You can see there's quite a few spaces for that. And that's really all there is to it. Next page is going to ask you to verify that it's correct. And you're going to pay at that point. And like I said, usually within about 24 hours, 2 business days, you're going to either get your approval and your copy of your LLC, or they'll tell you that there's already a name registered with that name, and you'll just have to update it with a different name. And that's all there is to it. Watch out for our next videos. We're going to show you how to create an FEIN, a Federal Employment Identification Number with the IRS. We'll show you how to create your sales tax ID number, which you need your FEIN and you're some kind of a business registered, whether it's an LLC, a sole proprietorship, some kind of a corporation, but you need that before you can get your sales tax ID. And once you get your sales tax ID, you can start opening wholesale accounts. But every company that does wholesale in the world is going to, or in the U.S., will need that information. If they ever get audited, they need proof that they were not supposed to collect sales tax. And the way they get that proof is getting that from you. So every company that you ever reach out to is going to need that information if you expect not to pay sales tax on it. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.